Think about what a hassle it is cleaning curtains or drapes. Now, imagine having to clean a giant 16th century tapestry, 4 of them. That was the challenge for the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Jared Bowen shows us how it's done.
One of the grandest spaces in the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum is the soaring 4,000 square foot tapestry room. Opened in 1914 to house tapestries Mrs. Gardner collected over 35 years, it was also one of the first spaces the museum turned to after opening its new wing.
This room has just been refurbished, bringing this room back to the glory of what it once was.
The museum treated paintings, returned the tile floor to its original shine, improved the lighting, and completely restored its 14th century French fireplace. Perhaps most daunting, though, was the cleaning of its long-soiled 16th century Flemish tapestries like this one.
It hasn't been cleaned since the 60s, and at that particular time there were still fires in the fireplace, and we were still burning coal, so it was a rather sooty environment. So we need to remove some of those soot.
Tess Fredette is the textile conservator at the Gardner Museum. We met with her last October as she prepped the tapestry for cleaning.
It's being sent all the way to Belgium.
Correct.
So that's the nearest place that you can go. You can't obviously take this to Zoot's.
Right, exactly. Well, this is actually the reason why we're going to do it in Belgium is because they have this sort of state-of-the-art cleaning system that I believe is the wave of the future.
But first, one of the museum's most fragile masterpieces had to be removed and rolled.
It's more nerve-wracking a little bit because as a piece of cloth, it's very flexible. And so we want to be careful not to bend it, although once it curls onto the floor, it'll bend. So you have to make sure that it's really a gentle handling.
Okay,
passing it down to you.
Here. Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Got it. Ooh, no. And then we'll just get it unwound as soon as we can.
Over the fall and winter, the museum sent 4 tapestries to Belgium for high-tech cleaning. The result was a revelation, as we saw when we met up with Fredette again 7 months later.
This is almost a new tapestry, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's so much brighter. It was cleaned. It had this heavy gray pallor of particulate soils all over it that have now been removed. And they put the tapestry on this big suction table, and then they have this aerosol system in the ceiling that just slowly releases this mist. And they turn on the suction underneath, and so they draw it, very slowly draw it through the tapestry. And so the soils come with it.
Did you see what the soil was like? I mean,
yes.
What was that like?
It was very black. The clarity of the imagery has improved. The colors that were hidden beneath that grayness have popped forward.
With the tapestry laid out in the museum's conservation lab, Fredette says there are elements of the work, a hair laid bare, that she didn't even know existed.
But the hair is outlined on one side with a dark brown and on the other side with a navy blue, which really adds to that. It gives it a little bit more dimension. And that's not something that we could see before.
And with the tapestries returned to their space and pristine once more, the entire room is something generations have not seen before.
Well, that is amazing. I was wondering how they do that. Why did it take so long? Once it's on the steam table there, why does it take so long to do it?
Well, it was just the whole process of taking it down, shipping it over, which is a very careful process. It involves security, insurance, and so on and so forth. Does it go on an airplane? They wouldn't really disclose to me how it travels because it's a huge security issue,
what are these
obviously.
things worth?
They're priceless, according to the museum, and of course they are. I mean, there aren't many of these even in Boston, but once they get it over there, it only took about an hour and a half, as opposed to the 15 hours it would take before. And that's why this process is so important, because before they would have to literally put it in water, and we know what happens when you put something in water. The fabric changes, it shifts, sometimes it shrinks, and so it would distort sort of the size and just the strength of the piece. So that's why this whole process just changes everything because it can lay flat and then just literally sucks the dirt right through.
Are they going to ever have to do it again, or do they think this is
not for about 50 to 100 years? They told me, especially because things have changed, and so it's clean now, and they don't burn in the fireplace anymore. Also, what they're doing now, they have this fantastic new technology by which they're hanging it on the wall. They're using Velcro. Oh. You think in 2013, what do they do? But they hang it all flatly with Velcro, so it won't even be misshapen anymore.
What else are they restoring over there?
The last time I was there, they were in the courtyard using lasers to restore a lot of the statuary in that great grand courtyard. So a lot of pieces that have been covered with grime over the years are using laser to just get through those layers, and it's all shining. So it's great now that they have the new wing. Now you enter into the museum, and there's a lot of renovation, a lot of conserving going on. So everything looks really fresh and clean now. A lot of things, I should say, look fresh and clean now.
I'm just fascinated by this. So these were like, what century were those?
They were 16th century.
16th century.
And they hadn't been cleaned in 60 years.
Really, just amazing. All right, Jared Bowen, thanks. It was really interesting. All right, and that is it for Greater Boston. I'm Emily Rooney. Thanks for watching.